Slack. I'm Executive Director of Lincoln Symphony, and we are in our 80th season. Just a little bit about the orchestra. We have added 2 concerts to our season in the last 2 years. One free outdoor concert and this year riding jazz concert to our season. And I really like what Brandon was just saying about kids and music, because imagine if you were an 8-year-old and all you had to know about music was the screeching noise that you made when you played the violin. And so we, as the symphony, really feel the importance and the responsibility that we have to work closely with the music educators, because we're not in a position to teach these children about their instruments better, but we are in a position to inspire them to what they could possibly be someday. And I always like to talk to people when I first start. So I have kind of a list. My first slide is just kind of a list of the organizations that we work with on a regular basis. We collaborate with the Youth Symphony, Junior Youth Orchestra, with LNTA, and with the local educators here, both elementary, middle school, high school, and the colleges here in town. But I always like to start by telling people our young people's concerts, which is this slide. We had one year, our harpist got sick at the very last minute, and she couldn't make it. And I had to find a harp player because a couple of the pieces were really, harp was a critical part of it. And there are not many harpists around. And so I was calling in Omaha, and someone gave me a phone number of someone else, and I called her, and she gave me the number of a friend who she knew. And pretty soon I found myself on the phone with a harpist in Des Moines, Iowa. And I said, I know this is last minute, but could you maybe come up this Thursday to play our young people's concerts? And without missing a beat, she said, absolutely. And I said, really? She said, yeah, I need to cancel about 10 lessons and reschedule some things and find a babysitter for my toddler, but I will absolutely do it. I have a niece that lives in Lincoln. I can spend the night there. I'll make it work. And I said, I'm so grateful. Thank you for doing this. And she said, well, when I was in 4th grade, I came to a young people's concert. And I saw the harp, and I fell in love, and I realized that's what I want to do. And so every chance I get, I play for young children, because you never know, in an audience of 5 children, in an audience of 2,000 children, one student you may inspire. And I told that story in a group, and I had about 3 musicians raise their hand and say, that was me. I was a trumpet player sitting in, I was a kid sitting in a young people's concert, and I saw the trumpet player, and I came home and I said to my parents, I want a trumpet for Christmas. And you'd be amazed when you talk to musicians how many of them started at a formative age. And so our young people's concerts are one of the big educational programs that we have with our musicians. We do 2 concerts a year, both on the same day, and the 1 o'clock crowd is always a lot rowdier than the 10 o'clock crowd. But we bring them in, 2,000 of them at a time in the Lead Center, and it's really remarkable. We have started working with the public school teachers, which is not something we had done before. They very kindly said to us in evaluations after 2 or 3 years ago's Young People's Concert, they said, the packet you send us is not really age appropriate to the kids that we're bringing, and they already know the stuff that's in the packet. And so we recruited them, so about 7 of them sat down and spent the summer developing a set of curriculum and lesson plans that actually are formatted according to how LPS formats their lesson plans, tied to strategic goals that they have in their classrooms already. And so that was a really incredible thing that we were able to do, to work with the educators, and they developed a slideshow, kind of a quiz show before and afterwards, so that kids who were waiting for the buses could have something to do. I was shocked, I guess you probably aren't all, if I told you that we had a PowerPoint presentation with a question and then 4 answers, and then every 5 seconds we erased one of the wrong answers. You guys probably know exactly what happened. I was shocked that 2,000 children were screaming out the answer. But everyone I talk to who works with children on a daily basis tells me, of course, that's what they did. So that's our Young People's Concerts, which is really great, and we serve children from a 75-mile radius come in to hear Young People's Concerts, which is really great. The next thing that we do is musical petting zoos, which is a really cool thing. It's easy and fun for our musicians to bring their instruments. We take them out to the Children's Museum, we spend an hour, and let little kids who are not 4th graders yet who haven't had a chance to choose an instrument to come and try the violin and try the trumpet. We no longer let them try the snare drum, and see what they might like to play. And this has been so successful that we do it in conjunction with both of our family concerts. We have 2 family concerts that we present every year as a subscription concert with the whole orchestra, and we have ticket prices of $10 for adults, $5 for students. Because of some great underwriting support from some foundations and some sponsors, we donate about 300 tickets per family concert to low-income families, to Title I elementary schools, and to different groups of people. And so I guess one of the things we were talking about today in this panel is how can you connect with us? That's one of the easiest ways that people can connect with us. They call our marketing director and they say, I know a needy family, I know some needy children, I know a community organization who could use something, and we're really fortunate to be in a hall and have the support that we do, that we can provide a lot of families the opportunity to come as a family. And we have face painting ahead of time, and we do the musical petting zoo, and then we can actually sit through a 1-hour-long concert, which is just a really great opportunity. The next thing we do is educational dress rehearsals. We do work with a number of organizations. We work with LMTA. We had a really great opportunity last year with the Lincoln Youth Symphony, where they programmed a piece of music that we programmed on our series. And so our conductor and concertmaster went and worked with them and rehearsed with Lincoln Youth Symphony. Then later that week they came and sat on stage. You can see them kind of sitting across the front and across the back while the LSO worked on that same piece they had worked on. They were shocked at the tempo that our conductor took with the professional orchestra. And then they got to sit through the rest of the rehearsal. This is our concertmaster, Anton Miller. He played the Prokofiev violin concerto, and so the students got to actually sit through that rehearsal and then they came to the concert. And so we occasionally have opportunities to work with a special group, but always twice during the year, and it's on our website, we have rehearsals that are just open to the public, and particularly to music students. And I'm always amazed at the 7, and 8, and 9-year-olds who sit from 7:30 until 10 and who stay for the whole rehearsal and who are really that involved in what's going on, that they're there and they're asking questions afterwards of our conductor and our soloist. It's a really cool thing. That's kind of the biggest, kind of range of things we do. I just wanted to mention briefly, we do some adult education. We have our pre-concert lectures, which almost every organization does, but it's a really cool way for adults to learn a little bit more. We have master classes occasionally, and our conductor and concertmaster go out on school visits. And that's really great because most of our players are also educators. And so how it usually happens is the places where we go the most often are our musicians who raise their hand the most often and say, my orchestra would really love to have you come, or my choir would really love to have you come. And so we're really fortunate to have a music director who's really interested in being involved in the community in that way. So, is there one more slide? Okay, we also have some lollipops concerts for little kids, but I won't go into that. The other stuff is kind of the stuff that you would have the opportunity to be more involved in. So, thank you.